Greetings and salutations, and welcome to, I guess, episode 13 of Project Vegas. So today I'm standing in my storage room, or one of them at least. And as I mentioned last episode, I'm running very low on sand. I might have exaggerated a tiny bit as I said I only had 3 or maybe 4 sand blocks to my name, but actually I have 7. And that is of course not enough. So what I did was I started preparing a bit. I took out 9 shulker boxes and also I actually crafted 2 additional shovels here. So now I have a total of 3. Basically the 2 of them, I think this one and this one here was like old diamond shovels I had, and I even upgraded those to netherite. So I always also dipped into my netherite supply, and it's running a bit low, so I also need to go and farm that sometime soon. But for now, I want to go and grab like a ton of sand. I upgraded my shovels because, as I understand it, that the netherite shovels actually have around 30% more durability than a diamond shovel. And since I will be instant mining all of the sand, I know by experience, which happened to poor old Silky, that it can break if you don't pay attention. So I hope that won't happen today. At least now I also have 3 shovels to bring, which should hopefully be enough to fill all these shulker boxes here. So I need to go and find a desert. Well, actually, I know where there is one. There is one close to Tinis's base, so I think I will go there and do a ton of digging in the desert. So I guess there will be a diggy time lapse coming up. So let's go. So I made it back to my base, and I would call this trip a success. Let's just quickly jump in here to my, I guess, my clutter room, and this is the entry point to my sorting system. And let's have a look at my inventory. So here we have 9 shulker boxes, all full of sand. And that amounts to around 15,552 blocks of sand, plus a few extra here. So I would say this was definitely a success. As you can see, my shovels, well, they survived, but these 2 here, like, that was really close. I, of course, as I said before I went out, I wasn't paying attention, and I was just lucky to notice that these almost broke. And this one, well, I think I did the right math by having 3 shovels with me, so I know that for the next time. I think I could actually squeeze 10, maybe even 11 shulker boxes in on these 3 shovels. So for now, I'll just go to and have these repaired and put them aside, so I'm ready for the next time that I need to go on a grind. But now I need to put all these back into my sorting system. Oh, and we have these here. If you remember, we did these back in one of the first episodes, basically putting up some long-term goals. And I guess at some point we need to update them. But for now, I would like to have them at least somewhere else. These are just, you know, boring signs with some text on them. But I haven't forgotten about these. I kind of got to like the name Project Vegas, so I think we'll just call this build Project Vegas and just stick to that name. It kind of grew on me. Also, I still haven't forgotten that I need to create at least one game and play it with some friends. I'm still planning to build... I have like an idea for a casino and also an idea for a Pokemon stadium of all things. But we'll get back to that at some later episodes. And of course, there's this one here. And, well, let's just quickly check what do I actually have of diamonds right now. This is the purse. And there's quite a bit of ways to the 10,000 diamonds, I guess. But, well, we're not really poor, but calling us rich would also be an exaggeration, I guess. So, I do spend quite a bit of diamonds buying materials from Tinnies. And maybe we should go visit the shopping district a bit later and spend even more diamonds. But anyways, I still need to find a way to earn big somehow. And with a low populated server, that is a bit difficult. So I guess I would also need to be mining a bit. But we'll see. Anyways, I think I will just pop all this stuff here into the sorting system. And then we'll see what we'll do next. So, although I still have some gravel left, I want to go and grab some more. And rather than go out and mine it, as I did with the sand, I actually have a place where I can get it. And I may actually have something in storage. So out here is my gold farm. We are headed there right now. We'll be there in a moment. And here we have my gold farm. So, as you can see, we already have zombie pigmen falling down from up there. Of course, the optimal place to be, just looking around to make sure I'm not getting attacked by piglins. The optimal place to be is up top here, that top of all this. And then the spawn rate will increase significantly. They will then drop down here, and they will then start filling up with my inventory here with gold nuggets. One thing, and I probably should fix that at some point, I need something to stand on, let me just use this, is they also drop rotten flesh, and I'm not really interested in saving that, so I built this loop here that basically empties the system, but once in a while I need to reset it because of how redstone works, I guess. Just flick that off again, so I just need to kill one of these, and then the purent, or whatever you want to call it, will drain, and we can put it back in. Let me just find it here. We put it in this, and we can just quickly flick this, and now you can see this starts shooting again. So basically, the sorting system, so everything goes into here. This is where the zombie pigmen land, and then it goes into this hopper here that will transfer it all the way over here, and then the zombie flesh will be shut out. And these hoppers below are basically programmed to sort out the gold nuggets. So only gold nuggets will end up down here. And the reason why it's important that I keep shooting these out is that a lot of rotten flesh will actually end up in here. Right now there's nothing left anymore, but if I let that be here and not shoot it out, it will start cluttering up these hoppers here, and eventually the gold cannot go through. So I have to do that once in a while. In the beginning, I actually saved a lot of this because you can trade it away for emeralds, but there's just way more efficient ways of getting emeralds. Over here, this is where the gravel part comes in. I've built this little fortress or whatever, which contains my pickling trade farm. So again, there's a sorting system in place. It seems something is missing there. Just need to grab one of these. This is actually where my gravel is. Let's put that back up. You can already hear the pig screaming up there. But here is where all the stuff that the piglins can trade will end up. Also over here is basically where all the non-stackable stuff ends up. And sometimes this can also clutter the system if I'm not careful. So I also added a similar, we call it fail-safe switch or whatever out here. I think I need to get over this wall here real quick. Beautiful flying. Let's try that again. Here we go. So as you can see, I can just flick this on, and then this will start shooting out stuff. Actually, I need to... Okay, I did that wrong, I guess. Why doesn't that work as I intended to? I'll just try again. What did I do wrong here? Did I put it together in the wrong way? Yes, I did. So this one here is placed incorrectly, so we will need to switch that around like this. And then, if I do like this, it should work. There we go. I think that's a problem though, they all need to be at the same clock speed, otherwise it might also start to get weird. So this will just start spitting stuff out, and sometimes I turn it off, sometimes I turn it on, depends on what I'm here for. So for the trading station, if we go up here, let's just fly up instead. So see, there's a staircase going up here. Let's land here. And see, here are all the piglins. I think right now none of them have any gold, so they will not really be trading. And here there's a room for an extra one. So how this works is basically that it's almost automatic. I could, I guess, actually I couldn't, but it could be cool if I could connect this up here and just automatically fill it, but of course this only drops nuggets and I need to craft those into gold ingots. So I even wrote instructions here in case I forget how to use this. So basically, fill these up with gold ingots, then I remove this block and put it back in, which will basically re-trigger the redstone circuit here. And then that will trigger so that it flows out a gold nugget or gold ingot for this guy. He will look at it for a while, and then he'll throw whatever he's trading, which ends up into a hopper here, from where we get a signal out with this comparator, I think it is. Let me just think real quick. Yeah, and that will then trigger the whole flow again, keeping him trading until he runs out of nuggets. So whenever basically they run out of gold ingots, not nuggets, whenever they run out of gold, I would need to reset the system when I fill it up again. But right now I don't have any gold out here. So what I usually do is go up there and stay AFK. And then when I've been in AFK for a while, I will fill this up with gold. And optimal is, of course, that I can stay AFK up there while they have gold. But for now, it seems I drained it entirely of gold. But the main reason I came here was to get some gravel. So I was hoping that there was enough for me to fill a few shulker boxes. So let's see how we go about doing that. Maybe I would need to go in behind and look for all the... There's like a ton of chests behind here that kind of is also filled up. Sorry if I sound a bit confused right now, but these pigs back here are really noisy. I should probably kill the sound just a wee bit. Probably not gonna bother you guys too much because I'll probably just lower it in editing as well. But also, I actually want to show you guys what's going on here, because a lot of zombie babies, or what you call it, kids, are spawning back here because they can spawn in my system, which is super annoying. So once in a while, I actually go and kill them off because I guess they add to the mob cap, which is annoying when I'm farming gold, and at the same time they are just extremely noisy. So sometimes I grab my bow and just start killing them off. But as you can see, there's plenty of chests here. Let's actually see if we can find the one with gravel. I don't remember which one it was. See, here we have plenty of gravel. If I could actually just... Maybe I should just do that real quick while we're here. Just grab some gravel from here already. We don't have to wait for the chest below to fill up. Well, at least we got like 2 shulkers and a bit. I think that's enough for now. So the reason why I wanted to get this is that, as you may have known from the last episode, if you saw that. If not, you should definitely go check it out. But we are low on concrete. So this is basically me grabbing some resources so we can make some more concrete. So now that we are back at the base, I figured I could show you a bit of my process when I craft concrete, and I craft a lot of that stuff. First off, we need a few colors. So I already have a lot of white over here because I have a lot of bone blocks, and I also need that for bone meal. I already prepared a bit ahead. But I also need some blue, and for blue I grab some lapis lazuli, which I have over here. And I also need yellow. If you remember, yellow was one of the colors that I definitely ran out of. So now this block of dirt maybe starts making sense to you, because I put down this sunflower here, grab a stack of bone meal, and then I just go ballistic and just do like this. And I keep doing that until I spend the entire stack of bone meal. Because the good part about this is that I guess some of the flowers that like take up 2 blocks, they just spit out, well, flowers. So now I have 64 sunflowers here, which I can craft into 2 stacks of yellow dye. I can then do the same, just remove this one here, and then I can do the same with these red ones here. I'll only do it with 14 because that's what I have right now. But then again, so now we have 14 of these. That turns into about double as much red dye. So this is why this dirt block is here. I could probably make it a bit prettier, but it's just practical, right? But maybe I'll prettify it at some point. And then I go to this crafting table. It's very conveniently located. I have the sand here, I have the gravel here. So basically, let's just start by crafting, I guess, 8 stacks of white concrete. So I just grab 4 stacks of sand, I grab 4 stacks of gravel, and I go in here, put the white dye in, put the 4 stacks of sand, put the 4 stacks of gravel and concrete. I get the sense that I already shown you guys this exact process before. And I would like to have some light blue as well. And to get light blue, we need a bit of white. So I'll just grab a few of these bones here, turn them into bone meal and into white dye. Combine 32 blue dye with, 32 white, gives us a stack of light blue. And yeah, let's just make 8 stacks of light blue. I like that color. We take 4 of each. So we say light blue, sand, 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 gravel, 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 and light blue. And I will save you from watching me craft more. I'll probably craft like a few more stacks before I leave you from watching me craft stuff. This is also something I do quite a lot. So basically, you know, you need to get the powder into solid blocks. So I basically just stand like this for a long, long, long while. Anyways, I will not force you to watch this. I will gather this around together, I guess, and then we will meet back up in Project Vegas. So we are back in the machine room, or the engine room, of our cargo ship. If you don't know which cargo ship I'm talking about, you should check out the previous episode, because then you'll definitely understand what we mean. Anyways, as you can see, I put down a bit of flooring here. I think this fit quite nicely into a machine room, at least I hope it does. But I'm actually here because I just wanted to show you a quick little magic trick. So are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoop! And here we have our engine room, or machine room, or whatever you want to call it. So let me just put back on my gear. I feel a bit safer with it on. So here we have some console stuff. There's some buttons here from the emeralds. There's like a compass showing whatever direction, and this spider web here, cobweb. I think that's like, you know, it looks like one of these radar things or whatever. So that is at least some console stuff. The real engine here, I guess, is this one and this one. So below here, the propellers are actually going right from here and all the way out to the outside of the ship. I'm pretty sure I promised to show you last video, so maybe I'll see if I remember it this video. And down here we have the propellers. As you can see, it's nothing crazy fascinating, but I do like that the detail is there as well. And then I also like the fact that these propellers actually go all the way into the engine, so everything is actually connected. But these have been built on top of the propellers to kind of be able to, you know, spin them around, I guess. Again, I used glow item frames here to, you know, make these monitor looking things here. And again, a shameless self plug. I'll leave a card at the top here, at the top, for my glow item frame video guide. Here we also have a few more consoles. I added also like different redstone components and some powered rails here, just, you know, to give it like a technical feel, sort of. Also, usually when I build stuff like this, I would go and look at pictures or videos to kind of get an idea of how it looks in the real world. Although I did that, I decided to go a bit more freehand on this design, so I'm very curious to hear what you guys think. So do leave a comment below about how you like it, or if you like it, and if you have any ideas of improvements, do let me know. That would also be very appreciated. At some point I did go a bit overboard and had a few too many of these console monitors, so I replaced it with some of these end rods here. Again, also a way to kind of hide the light that I needed in here as well. So this also looks like some, you know, electrical or technical or whatever stuff. And then there's the lightning rods. To do this whole magic trick and, you know, summon this entire machine room, I actually had to spend quite a lot of time because I did not have much copper. So in the meantime, I actually managed to convert a zombie spawner into a little copper farm. Maybe I'll show you that sometime. It's a bit far away from here, but it's close to Tina's base, and I have considered giving you a tour of her base soon enough, so maybe we'll have a look at that. It's also quite close to our bone farm. So, at the same time when I did my little hocus pocus spell, there was also summoned this room for one of the passengers, or one of the crew. So, it's just like a small living quarter with some cupboard space here for their personal belongings like clothes and stuff. Some books to read, you know, for recreational time. Just some decorations in general. Also, I got to use these glow berries. I think they look really good to add a bit of nature to these otherwise sterile areas. Additionally, I used the glow lichen or lichen or however you call it to do like, I don't know, like a starry sky or something above the bed. I know it's not really dark or black, but I figured that we could encapsulate the bed with this. It looked quite good. At least I liked it. But yeah, generally just like a small room for, oh, we need to close this one here. Yeah, actually I kind of needed to have a workbench while building this, and I figured why not just hide it in here inside this small thing here as well. Yeah, I'm quite happy with this. It's nothing super unique about the design here. Things I normally do, but it just had to be done, I guess. But I'm quite happy with the result. So there is another one over here. If you remember, we also had to sacrifice. I actually can't remember if I showed this already, so I will edit this out if I didn't. Sorry, it's been recorded over a few days. But I had room for several crew rooms down there, but one of them was sacrificed to make this staircase here, so we can connect. So this is you know, the building where the bridge are. And now that connects directly down below here to the crew area, you could say. And again, this goes down here to the machine room as well, because you can enter it from both sides. So let's have a look at the other room, which is in here. Again, I tried something totally different. I took a bit of inspiration. If you remember when I showed you around the hotel, Tini's did a lot of different designs there for all the rooms she made. So I took a bit of inspiration from that, basically for this small part here where the beds are, or the bed are. And there's like a little corner where I can sit comfortable reading a book in getting the light from the lantern here. Anyways, so there used to be 4 rooms, now there's only 2 because the big one, if I had to split that up, let's quickly jump back over there again. So if I had to split that one up, it would be 2 fairly narrow rooms. But it was that's just too little in my opinion. So I decided to go for 1 big and 1 small on the other side. And the spell we cast was quite powerful, because in here we now have a kitchen, or a galley. So I asked Tinis if she wanted to do the kitchen for me, and she was like, no. But she did it anyways, so thank you, Tinis. So basically what she did was she created this small kitchen here where the food can be cooked and everything. And I, because of my auto jump, keep jumping up on these here. And she also added like a small place where they can, like a dining area here. Looks quite cozy. And also a bit of, rest and recreation. It's basically 3 things in one, which I think is quite nice. And she managed to fit it in quite well. I made 1 change in here. So Tinis, if you're watching, sorry about that, but it had to be done. Before, there was a lever here, and I replaced that with this tripwire hook here. And it wasn't because I did not like the design, it actually looked quite good, but the problem is out here, because I put all these metal trapdoors all the way here. So this wall here goes directly into the kitchen, and with the lever pointing, I can't remember if it was up or down, but it activated one of these, so it was flipped up and opened. So rather than having to do some redesign out here, I figured I could just use a tripwire hook in there instead. I hope that is okay with you, Tinis, and I really love what you've done with the place here. So it's really going somewhere. We are closing in to having the ship fully done. We still need to add in a few containers, and also the rooms at the bow of the ship has not been done yet. Also, I still need to furnish the bridge. But in the interest of time to get this video out, I will have to push that for another video. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that next video, but we will see, because I think we should also start focusing a bit more on the actual city of Project Vegas. Anyways, I guess that was it for this episode. I really hope you are enjoying our journey here in Project Vegas. Although we've been at the outermost edge of Project Vegas lately, during the whole ship and port part here, I've really enjoyed doing it, and I also hope that you enjoy it too. Don't hesitate to leave your input as well. I really appreciate it. And Gingini, I haven't forgotten your input at all. Actually, I noted it down, because if we are not continuing on the bow part of the ship, I will definitely look into your ideas when we at some point get back to it. So thanks for the input. I really appreciate it. So if you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down here somewhere. And if you, well, even if you are new here, but if you like the video, you can hit the like button down here somewhere. And even if you didn't like it, well, hit that dislike button and perhaps tell me why. I really appreciate any kind of feedback. And I can only get better, and your input will make it way, way, way better. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and you'll see me in the next video. Bye!